This guy made over $100 million online selling to his online audience. And this guy over here has made multiple millions just from his YouTube audience alone. But the question is how? How can they make millions of dollars while you struggle to pay rent? What secret do they know that you don't? Well, what you don't see is how these creators have an elaborate multi-year plan to get you in their web and slowly just close it around you without you even noticing. Well, lucky for you, I've made over $100 million online in sales and know the exact inner workings of these types of online businesses. I work with these kinds of creators and their teams to scale their operations next to my own multi-million-dollar businesses. And today I am revealing their exact methods to get beginners to buy their products and make multiple millions in the process. Okay, so this first one is gonna sound dumber than a couple of camels that we see over here. But honestly, like, you're gonna ignore it because I made the same mistake of ignoring it, and it cost me years and years of learning. And that is the principle of giving. You look at the top dogs in the industry right now, they're making so much money and they probably don't realize why. It's because they give more than they receive. And anyone that is generating multiple million, including Pace, the one I showed you in the beginning, the guy who's generated over $100 million, he is creating YouTube videos almost every other day. And because he gives more to his audience than he gets back, the principle of reciprocity just kicks in. That people are like, man, this guy has given me so much free stuff. He's tried to help me out so much. How can I not pay him back? How can I not trust him? And anyone who's generated multiple millions and even 8 and 9 figures is implementing this either through their YouTube free content, either through their books, either through their ebooks, their audiobooks. They're doing this with their lead magnets. They're doing this with their webinars. Even one of our companies that generates over 20 million, we give out free training webinars before they buy. And people get free stuff for like 2 hours before they pull the trigger on anything. So similarly, principle of giving, you need to implement that in your ecosystem. If you're not giving enough, you're not going to be able to generate enough. And I'm not even saying this from an altruistic point of view. It's literally how things work in this universe. You just have to give way more than you expect to receive. And that's when the magic starts happening. You don't have to be like super altruistic. It's good if you are, it just makes everything easier for you. But like, that's kind of how it works. You take care of people and they will take care of you. Now, this second point is a game changer. This is the difference between a 6-figure company and an 8-figure company. And it's funny that a brown guy is telling you this because we're notorious for not doing this with our movie industry in Bollywood, okay? Bollywood is known to just copy whatever blockbuster hit Hollywood creates, and just they create their own shitty version of the same thing. And this idea is Benista, okay? Big idea that no one is talking about. Okay, so you look at, for example, Tim Ferriss, right, with the 4-hour work week. No one was really talking about it until Tim Ferriss packaged that thing. And people just fell in love with the idea of being able to travel the world, right? And just working 4 hours a week and being able to make enough to do whatever it is that you want. He talked about a concept that no one had really defined yet. Now, whether you hate him or love him, Andrew Tate also did a great job of this as well. He started talking about the matrix, you know, and how you could break out of the matrix with his $49 a month course. School did the same thing as well, where Hormozi and Sam Ovens said, hey, you know what? School is this vehicle that you can use to create your own communities and start making money from it. No one had really like defined that. Like, Facebook group was the next closest thing, but Facebook has so many other things that they're promoting that they didn't really focus on the group element. Well, Sam Ovens with School did, and it was the big idea that no one was really talking about yet. When you look at fitness, you know, there was this one company called P90X, and they came up with this big idea that no one was talking about, which was muscle confusion. That, hey, the reason you're not getting big and you're not getting those gains is because you are not confusing your muscles. It turned out to be a complete like made up BS, but it worked like a charm for marketing until it didn't. When people realized, well, it is BS. But it worked for like a few years, and they made hundreds of millions of dollars. So when you look into the online marketing industry, Pedro Adao did a very good job with this Benista concept as well. He launched this idea of creating 5-day challenges that if your audience doesn't know you or like you or trust you enough, create these 5-day long challenges where they come to attend your online challenge for 5 straight days, and then they're much more ready to buy. And that also crushed for him. He generated over $100 million himself as well. So big idea no one is talking about. That's something I always keep in mind whenever I work on a campaign. One of my campaigns generated tens of millions of dollars when everyone was trying to sell, hey, how to run Facebook ads, how to run Google ads. What I did, I created a big idea no one was talking about, which was the concept of online billboards. People are familiar with billboards, but didn't know what online billboards were. So I came up with that concept and I said, hey, you know what? You can create online billboards, which is on Facebook and Instagram and Google. And if you create that, you can rent it out to business owners and you can make thousands of dollars a month without the physical challenges that you would come across with a billboard business. Another thing these gurus do so well is they position their product as a one-stop shop solution, right? So if you're struggling with time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom, well, their product is going to give you that financial freedom, and you can work from anywhere, and you will have that location freedom as well. And we're going to have coaching, mentorship. We have all the information available for you. If you have any questions, we will help you. We're also going to have in-person events, so you get to meet us and build community. So the best programs that are generating multiple 8 figures and even 9 figures, they do an excellent job of this. And they also create opportunities for earning status. That, hey, if you do really well, you're going to get a trophy. You're going to get an award. Well, I was a sucker for one of those as well. Not really a sucker, but it's a good thing that I guess ClickFunnels did as well. Whoever generated money or made $1 million, they get a small trophy. If someone made 10 million, they got another trophy. If someone generated over 25 million, they got this big trophy that I got as well. So one-stop solution that fixes all their problems is a huge lever. But none of this really works unless you bake in scarcity, right? With your product or service, if you don't have true scarcity, it's going to be very difficult for people to actually make a move and buy your product. You look at School Harmozy did an excellent job of this with the school games, that every 30 days, there's a new competition. Why did he create the school games? The only reason for it was to create a 30-day scarcity window for you to push as much traffic so that you can win an award. And you can also enroll yourself. And everyone is thinking every 30 days, anyone who's in the market for them, thinking about building a community business, is thinking, hey, is this the month I'm going to launch my community? So they have created the scarcity, which gets more people to sign up. It's brilliant. By building scarcity, another thing happens, but it's a little bit different. And it is why right now. Why right now is the best time to buy my product or this service. The best marketing companies do this. The best online digital product companies do this. Well, an example of that is the AI shift is happening now. So right now is the best time to get into this AI book publishing business, because otherwise everyone's going to get in and it's going to be too late. Right now, no one knows about it. So right now is the best time to get involved. Another example of that is the crypto boom is happening right now this year. It's a halving cycle. And like, if you think about it, Bitcoin has that built in. Every 4 years, there's the halving. And because of that, there's a supply shortage in Bitcoin, which increases the Bitcoin prices, but also increases demand because everyone knows this is the halving year. So why right now is so important in your marketing, you have to think about how to bake that in. But again, none of these tactics really works unless you also have probably the most important thing, undeniable proof or a demonstration which shows that you're not BSing. When someone logs into school, for example, you could see exactly how much money all the community owners are making. There is undeniable demonstration that you could see, hey, you know what? This person is making $50,000 a month. This person is making blah, blah, blah per month. And so if you have undeniable proof, that is going to allow your buyers to buy it. Jason Flatland, one of my friends, did a phenomenal campaign. He generated over $70 million online in the last crypto boom. And what he did was he would show his customers how much the other students were making from installing his crypto bots. And there was undeniable proof there that you couldn't even argue with, because you could see it live that someone else is making this type of money. So when you're thinking about buying, you're like, okay, I could see it visually, how much money this person is making. Obviously, I'm not getting BS'd, right? What other course owners, info product owners do is they also share screenshots of other people making money, but that is not as strong of a proof element, because that could be photoshopped and all that. So always think in your marketing, and this is what I constantly obsess over, how can I make my proof as strong as possible, right? Showing a Stripe screenshot is one way. Well, a stronger way is actually showing someone's bank account live, right? Another way is giving them, like, having a printout of the bank statement and people can like share that. Someone I know that generates close to $100 million does that, and they substantiate it. So it is more compliant as well when you actually show a proven bank statement. That's hard to BS unless you Photoshop that as well. Then you're obviously lying to your audience, and you should be in trouble. So these are the exact strategies the gurus are using to generate hundreds of millions of dollars online. And I hope this helps you out. Take care. Good night.